Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pink Sock Podcast. I am your host, Mike Usenick. He's our host, Adam Gorak. She's our host, Noami. Hosts for everyone, hosts for the most. Today, we have Bourbon House on the show. However, they're not here yet, so we will just jump into discussions until they show up. It's live. It happens. Bands are late. I'm late. If a woman's late, she might be pregnant. Who knows? So how have you been, Adam?
Yeah, I've been all right, apart from that last comment. But yeah.
What? Like, if a woman's late, you'd think she's pregnant, right?
It's either that or they're ghosting you.
Oh, no, I meant like their period. Anyway, Noami, how you been? It's been a while. You was on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I was on holiday.
You went to Stonehenge.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Stonehenge.
Oh, it's really good, yeah.
Like,
Definitely recommend it. It's expensive to get in, but it's worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
So Stonehenge, how do you think it got there?
I've no idea.
I reckon a crane.
Like from like the old days, like BC days, they had a fucking crane.
It's from the future.
Well, I know a lot of people think Stonehenge was like a sacrificial thing. Some people think that.
Yeah.
They think that's where witches went to sacrifice people, and I'm like, I mean, that makes it cooler.
Yeah.
Hey guys, before we have Bourbon House show up, I would like to commercialize our Pink Sock Reacts that we have coming up. And I would also like to announce, which I already did on Facebook a little bit, but I would like to announce our guest next week. It is going to be a pre-recorded episode. However, it was an amazing chat. We just recently chatted. We talked about all kinds of stuff. We talked about coffee. We talked about her music. We talked about mental health, all kinds of crazy shit. So the first thing we have is Wednesday. We have Alice in Wonderland. We're going to be reacting to the 1933 edition of Alice in Wonderland. It's going to be fucking incredible. And we also have on the show next week, we have Glazer Girl. She is so awesome. She's actually been staying in touch. We are going to have her back on the show.
Nice.
So.
Oh, it's great.
But yeah, I'm currently in contact with somebody for Bourbon House. If they don't show up, I will find another date for them. It's a live show, so it happens. But show must go on. We haven't really, I'm not trying to suck my own toes, but we haven't really missed a whole lot of weeks. I think we're one of the most consistent shows right now.
We've been doing all right.
I was dying from COVID and I showed up. That's some dedication. What's your shirt from? The Wonder Years?
Mine, it just says Wonder on it. It's got a tiger on.
Sounds like a Cobra Kai gang or something.
Yeah.
Karate Kid.
Just a random T-shirt from a fashion shop.
Gorak over here.
Yeah.
Haven't worn this shirt in a while, so.
Gorak always has to wear his cat fight.
No, you haven't had
shirts.
your cat fight on in a while.
I got my sex, drugs. This is a very creative shirt. It was from a festival called Rock on the Range, and it says sex, drugs, and rock on the range.
That is cool.
I like that.
It was a good year, other than the fucking tornado we got. We got hit by. Yeah.
Could we play tornado ourselves?
Well, it was crazy. Megadeth wasn't there that year. Metallica was.
Oh, that's not cool.
Actually, no. I think Megadeth might have been there. I think they were there the second day. Well, you know how weird festivals are.
Yeah.
I was at one festival, I think in 2016, and headlining the second stage was Megadeth. Okay.
Yeah.
Right before Megadeth was Machine Gun Kelly. Now, this was Machine Gun Kelly before he ruined his career with Eminem. This was like when he was still kind of doing rap, but he was doing like pop covers. And it was a decent show. And then another year, A Perfect Circle was headlining. Well, no, Alice in Chains was headlining. Sorry, A Perfect Circle was right before them, and Machine Gun Kelly was before A Perfect Circle. I'm like, none of these. This doesn't add up.
It's like Five Finger Death Punch is the main act, and Megadeth's the supporter.
I did see recently, and I understand legendary status, why they did this, but they had the Scorpions were touring. Like, you guys might remember this in 2018, I think it was, and they had Megadeth opening.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine went and saw them, and he said you barely saw any Scorpion shirts. They're all Megadeth shirts.
All right.
And like, I'm not dissing the Scorpions. I love the Scorpions. I'd love to have them on the show. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Scorpions. I'm a huge fan of Megadeth. But like, in certain areas, they should have done like a co-headlining tour. Like in areas where Megadeth does better, they should be headlining. In areas that Scorpions does better, Scorpions should be headlining. I think bands should start doing that more.
Yeah. It's up to the promoters, man. It's really not up to them, really.
True. Unless
Speaking of Megadeth, what's that?
Go ahead, bud.
Speaking of Megadeth, have you listened to the new album?
No, but I need to.
It's really good. Really good.
Night
Night Stalkers is like, what's up?
Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I just wanted to say this while I remember. Yeah. Bourbon House just released the official music video for their song Out for Blood. It is on YouTube right now. Go over after the show and listen to it. It was released like 40 minutes ago. So I think we're the first people to really announce this. So Bourbon House has a new song over on YouTube. It's a music video. It is incredible. And I love this band. If they don't show up today, I'd love to have them on eventually. I do not know if we have the permission to play any of the song right now, so I'm not going to. But you can go over to YouTube and check that shit out. It is on their official YouTube channel. It is incredible. Sorry for interrupting you. We don't have Megadeth on the show, so I was just trying to commercialize the people that we have on the show. But Megadeth's new album, I've not listened to it, but I've heard like 4 or 5 songs that as they were releasing them. I love what I've heard. Did you hear the new Nickelback?
Is that super heavy stuff?
Yeah, they released a teaser. They released a teaser with a song on it.
Yeah.
And people are losing their fucking minds. They're like, this is heavy for Nickelback. I'm like, obviously you don't listen to Nickelback. Because listen to any Nickelback album. Do not listen to the hits, the radio hits. Listen to the other songs. They're heavy as fuck. Like a lot of people are realizing that
the first 2 albums were heavy though.
Which
so that kind of just commercial.
Which first 2 albums, Greg? I'm sorry to interrupt again, but which 2 albums? Because
I went from Silver Side Up though. That was for me was the heaviest one. But there was another album before that, I believe. Could be wrong.
Nickelback actually started off. They started off as a. You said you started with Silver Side Up.
Yeah, that was the first album I bought from them.
See, a lot of people consider that Nickelback's first album, but it wasn't. That was their first commercial album.
Yeah.
They actually had 2 albums.
Release, wasn't it?
No, that's the 3rd release.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Nickelback had 2 other albums, and they were grunge albums.
Yeah.
They started off a grunge band. They're part of the grunge movement, which I think is incredible.
Yeah. I went through my TikTok yesterday because I barely use TikTok because I just get fucking notifications after notifications, so I just turn it off and then someone posted up like a reaction of Nickelback's new song or some shit. Yeah.
See, people are freaking out about it, and I'm like, I listen to all kinds of music, but I also do listen. Like Nickelback's one of these bands that I will listen to and I'll throw on. And people that are saying, "Oh my God, this new song's heavy as shit." No, this is the first radio heavy song they've done. Listen to the song "Silver Side of a Bullet."
Yeah.
Like, well, it's actually called what's it called? The song that he did for Dimebag. I printed your name in the side of a bullet. Side of the bullet. That song's heavy as shit.
Mm.
They've got some pretty heavy songs, like their song "Feed the Machine" they released a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of bands that get hate just because the general public thinks it's cool to hate them. And I think Nickelback's one of those bands.
And the most heaviest song is Photograph.
Look at this photograph.
But
Dude,
yeah, I have to give him another chance.
what's another band you'd say gets unnecessary hate? Do you think Creed is one of those bands, or do you think they deserve the hate?
No. They
Like,
just get
personally-
hated on because of the singer, obviously, but like Mark Tremonti is like the pack, you know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
the
well-
riff master of that band.
Well, personally, I don't think any band deserves any amount of hate unless they're like doing shitty stuff behind the scenes. Because
Yeah, I
music
agree.
is objective.
Mm.
There is only one band that I do not like. One band
Who's
that I
that?
do not like. Five Finger Death Punch. And like
Oh,
people come after me all the time, like, you just do it because everybody else hates them. No, I just don't enjoy their music. It's not that I don't enjoy their music. I'll take that back. I get very confused when I see them live, because every time I've seen them live, I think they're just playing one 50-minute song, because you never know when one song ends and the other one begins, because it's the same repetitive guitar track. It's basically they released one single and then they stuck with it. And now I know they have a few songs that are slower, that are like not the same, but even you take this slow song and this slow song, it's the same song. Like they have
I really enjoyed fuck. I think it was the second album.
it's a great album,
American
but it could have just had
American Capitalist or something like that.
yeah, that was a good album. Like, I'll give them a chance. But the thing is the one thing I didn't like about them, and I will say this, is they went from not caring what other people think, releasing songs that were just songs that they enjoy, and then they went purely patriotic and saying "fuck the haters," and they're calling out people that hate on them. Like, you literally
Yeah.
went from this to this.
Yeah. It's like changed
Yeah.
big time.
And they also became, and I don't mean this to be hateful, because they do release good covers. I give them that. But they went from being all originals on all their albums to like 70% of the album's covers.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. I
one
don't know.
cover
I
on
just
an
can't
album.
stand I just can't stand the singer's voice.
I can't stand the singer.
Yeah.
It's not his voice. He's talented. But like, and I understand he has drug problems. He might be cool now. So I apologize if I'm misjudging. But like, he randomly would walk off stage like Axl Rose used to in the 80s. Like, one time he left the band high and dry on a tour, and they had to have the opening act singer sing for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, it was crazy shit, man. Crazy
Yeah.
shit.
Did you see any of the Foo Fighters live stream things?
Dude,
The memorial?
I cried.
I watched bits of it, man. Watching Taylor Hawkins' son playing My Hero, I was reading all the negative comments on Facebook that someone reposted and stuff. Someone was saying, "Oh, why should we have sympathy for a drug addict that overdosed?" They don't know, like, the people who talk shit on like that, like, don't know the reason why he took that many drugs. So from what I've heard, he wanted a break from touring. He wanted to slow down a bit because he knows that once they go back on the road, it's going to be a non-stop tour.
Yeah, I think it was between that and like a lot of musicians that died from drug overdose. Like you don't know what they were going through at that time, like mentally, physically. You never know what somebody's going through because a lot of people hide their problems. Maybe he was stressed from the tour. Maybe he was fighting some kind of underlying pain because he is a drummer. And if you're in the game that long, knee pain is normal. So he might have just been medicating to help with the pain. Who knows?
Yeah. I think he was just doing it to, to keep him going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like they're doing like 3-hour shows.
Bourbon House might not be here today. I'm sad to announce that. But what happened was they thought it was Central Time, not Eastern. I did put Eastern, but we had a misunderstanding. It's not their fault. It's not my fault. But I'm going to be working with them to have them on the show. The issue is, though, is they now know that it is Eastern Time, but one of their members aren't there yet. So right now, as we are speaking, I am working on rescheduling it or figuring something out. I apologize. I know we've had guests cancel in the past, and I try to make it the best show humanly possible through that. It's nobody's fault. I'm not blaming anybody. Go check out Bourbon House's latest single. We will have them on the show eventually. Sorry to interrupt you, Greg. I'm just trying to keep everybody updated as we go.
We're good.
But yeah, what were we talking about again?
Taylor Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins' death from drug overdose. I don't know the guy. I've never met any of the Foo Fighters. I would love to still see the Foo Fighters live. He could have been just medicating to help with pain. He could have been medicating for any reasons. You never really know. I know that I don't know if it's relatable because I don't know if he had health issues or whatever, but when Tom Petty died.
Yeah.
Tom Petty died from a drug overdose. And I saw a lot of people saying, well, at his age, why was he partying like that? And then it come to find out he accidentally overdosed on a pain medication he was prescribed because of his back problems. He was supposed to have surgery after the tour.
Yeah.
And he was touring with a fucked up back. And he just accidentally overdosed.
Yeah.
And like with drummers, they use their legs a lot, and a lot of drummers have issues. I'm not drumming, by the way. That was my legs. They use their legs a lot for the double bass and all that shit. Who knows? He could have had knee problems that we didn't know about.
I don't know.
Plus,
from what I've read, and he was talking to the drummer from Pearl Jam, and I think Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers was saying that like he really wants to take a break.
Yeah. Chad Smith said that, right?
Yeah.
Taylor probably wanted a break to be with family. He probably wanted a break to help mend wounds. Who knows? Because Taylor, I'm not saying he was old, but Taylor was what, in his 50s maybe?
Almost 50, I think.
See, like, that's young, but when you've been touring that heavily for that long, it takes a toll on your body and mind. And Taylor had been in the game for a while. Foo Fighters is one of the hardest working touring acts out there. They'll be overseas and they'll be in the United States. And there's a lot of time zones to go through and a lot of problems that you face when touring like that.
Well, 50
Hell, I went to Arizona and I was having troubles with the time zone, and that was only a 2 or 3 hour time difference. I can only imagine going overseas where it's like, what, for you, Gorak, 15-hour difference?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, geez, man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I just spoke with Bourbon House. We are working on rescheduling, and I will let you all know when they will officially be on the show. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience for anybody that was here to see Bourbon House. We will make it up to you, and they will be on the show, whether it's pre-recorded or live. This just happens. We recently had a guest cancel or reschedule, but that was before we were able to announce it. It just happens. Schedules get hectic. That's what happens on a live show. But they will be on. I'm going to change the description when we get off of here so that I can like change it around. But yeah, like bands and shit. That's why drugs are a big problem in music because it's intense.
Yeah, well, just reading all that negative shit, man. It's just so dumb.
And I feel sorry for Dave. Like, honestly, I know it was a long time ago when Kurt died. It was a long time ago when Kurt died. But it still can't feel good.
No, losing Kurt and then losing Taylor too. You know, two of his closest friends.
Yeah, like, it's got to be hard.
Yeah. And to do these memorial shows, man, like in where they played recently, Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
And their set list, they had like 50 songs.
Yeah. Foo Fighters would perform for like hours, bro. They're not just a band that plays an hour and a half.
They had is it Them Crooked Vultures got up on stage for the first time in 12 years.
Yep.
So it's sort of like a festival.
Dave Grohl is a fucking monster. He's in 2 bands right now. Granted, the band doesn't tour all the time, Them Crooked Vultures, but still.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this or not, Gorak, but at one time, Dave Grohl was in like 3 bands, and they were all touring.
Yeah, he was like in Probot, wasn't he?
He did Crowbot, which was kind of like a super group that he like threw together at the last minute. He also was doing Them Crooked Vultures on the time. Now, I do know that his band, what was the name of them again? Crowbot, they kind of like didn't tour. They just released an album.
Yeah.
But
still, I think in some, like, I think they've done like a couple of TV appearances though.
Yeah, they did like your occasional
MTV shit or whatever it is.
Yeah. But they didn't do like live like tours and shit. They just did the occasional TV show appearance.
Yeah.
Which is okay. But I know Them Crooked Vultures did tour. And Them Crooked Vultures, dude, very underrated band. I'm glad you fucking mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because Them Crooked Vultures, dude, for those that don't know who they are, do yourself a favor and look up Them Crooked Vultures. Because it is a super group from fucking hell in a good way.
Yeah. Dave Grohl on drum, John Paul Jones from Zeppelin on bass, and Josh Homme from Stone Age.
Yep. And they're also from, what other band did he do? He was in another one. I know his most famous band is the Queens of the Stone. Oh, he also, wasn't he the singer of Eagles of Death Metal?
Dude, Dave Grohl or Josh Homme?
No, Josh Holmes.
No, I think he was like, wasn't he like a bassist or a guitarist?
Yeah, but he was in Eagles of Death Metal.
Eagles of Death Metal, yeah. He was like that. He was in that band at the time when remember the paraching in the in the concert or some shit. Yeah, or something like that a couple of years ago.
So I'm having a problem changing all the information on the thing. So for those just tuning in, Bourbon House isn't here. I just didn't want people thinking that they're here, even though it's in the description. But yeah, like he was there when the shooting happened. I actually saw Eagles of Death Metal live.
That good?
Really good. I've never seen Queens of the Stone Age because at that time he was just touring with Eagles of Death Metal. They're at a festival and they were incredible. Now, I remember people that didn't know who they were was really confused because it was a hard rock heavy metal festival. And they're like, they're not death metal.
Yeah. Could you imagine like Eagles of Death Metal? Like, oh, yeah, they're like playing at Wacken. And then they come up on stage and they're like, what the fuck's this band?
Have you listened to Eagles of Death Metal, Noami?
No, I've not yet.
They are a band called, obviously has death metal in their name, but they aren't even death metal.
No.
Not even close.
They're like what, alternative rock?
Oh, right. Oh, listen to them.
They're blues rock with a hint of rockabilly.
Yeah. Or something.
That sound good.
Didn't they did
Yeah.
a song like Gay Bar or something like that?
No, Gay Bar was a different band. Their name was
Oh.
what the fuck band did Gay Bar? I want to take you to a gay bar. That song?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that song is so fucking catchy.
That
Yeah.
song was actually done by Electric Six.
Which was Jesse's band, was it?
I'm not sure who was in Electric Six because I remember that band, dude. There's a lot of great songs by them, but I couldn't tell you who's in the band. I'm Googling it right now. Who did you say was in the band?
The singer from He Was a Death Band, his name is Jesse something, wasn't it?
No, he wasn't in the band.
Okay.
The band members that have Wikipedia pages anyway is Dick Valentine and Tate Nucleus, which is Christopher Tate and Tyler Spencer.
Yeah.
The singer of the band is Dick Valentine, which that's the only band he's in. But Electric Six, I'm glad you brought that up because that's a great song. Have you seen the music video?
Yeah.
Have you seen this music video, Ryan?
Look it
No,
up.
I've not
when you get
seen. I've
around
not
to
seen
it.
this. I'm going to be looking all this up. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
music
maybe
video.
like if you go back to work on your lunch break, just look it up.
Yeah.
I
Good
can't play
idea.
it. I can't play it due to copyright, but I'm going to explain the music video to you so that you know what you're getting yourself into. The lyrics are, I want to take you to a gay bar. I want to
I've
take you
heard
to
the
a
song.
gay bar. It's basically about this guy wanting to take somebody, which we presume is a male friend,
Yeah.
to a gay bar. And the reason why we say it's a male friend is because there's a part of the song where he says he's got something to put in you at the gay bar.
Yeah. I've
Um,
heard the song, but I've not seen the video for it.
The video has nothing to do with anything. They're all dressed up like Abraham Lincoln.
All right. I've got to find this.
It is the most asinine, crazy music video I've ever fucking seen.
Do you remember the band OK Go?
Yeah, I was about ready to bring them up. Here it goes,
Yeah.
here it goes, here it goes again.
They were like on real on like real treadmills
Yeah,
doing that, you know. That's like very creative, you know.
they do
Yeah.
that live.
Oh, with the treadmills.
When they perform that song live, they'll sing it while on the treadmills.
Oh, wow.
That's hilarious, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think what happens is they're live due to them playing instruments. I think just like 2 of the members are on the treadmills.
They
But
play
they're
the
such a
instruments
great
while they're on
band.
the treadmill.
I'm not sure how it goes because I had a friend that said they saw them live and somehow the band did the treadmill thing, but I don't think it was all the members. I think the ones playing instruments did, and I think they had one guitarist just on it with them. But I know the singer is on a treadmill doing
Yeah.
it, and he's got an in-ear microphone and shit.
Wow.
That's good. Yeah.
That is good.
So what do you guys think of bands, rock bands? Now, I've got a friend that does this. What do you think of rock, like solo rock artists who do live shows, but they do it to a recorded backing track, but their vocals are live?
I don't know, man. It's
I
See,
don't
like,
know what works for them.
I don't think we can judge it much because like pop singers do it, like everyone else
Yeah.
does it. Why is it wrong when a rock singer does it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably because it's I don't know. I just like it to be just real.
Me
Just like
too,
the
but like
backing
there's
track.
there's
I
nothing
like-
wrong.
Yeah, I
with it.
like it to be fully live, but if they want to do it that way, they obviously have their reasons for doing that. And
Well, did you see what Buckethead does live?
With the nunchucks.
He will play to a recording, but that recording is technically live. He will
Yeah.
play the rhythm guitar track and then record it, and then it'll keep playing on a loop. And
Yeah.
then he'll play the bass track live, and then it will be recording as he's playing it, and then it'll be on a loop, and then he'll play his guitar riffs live over top
Yeah.
of those.
Apparently, a friend
Yeah.
of mine, she told me that because she's a big fan of Buckethead, she was telling me that he got his gear stolen.
Oh shit,
Like his guitars and shit got stolen, apparently.
that's fucking bullshit. That dude has a lot of money in fucking guitar
Mhm.
gear.
Yeah. Well, something like
Buckethead,
that.
Isn't Buckethead the musician with the most albums? Isn't that a thing?
Well, he was in Guns N' Roses for a bit.
I know, and that's actually kind of controversial in my opinion. Not that he's in Guns N' Roses, but Chinese Democracy came out, and there was one track that never saw the light of day, but they played it live with Buckethead.
What is it?
It is called, I think the original name was Silkworms. Yeah, it was originally called Silkworms. Now, Guns N' Roses recently released that song officially, but with Slash on guitar. And it's called Absurd now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you listen to the song Absurd, it sounds like they just pretty much, because you can tell if it's a Buckethead song. That's fucking a Buckethead song.
Yeah.
And they just threw Slash on guitar and just called it a new song.
Although I do like Chinese Democracy, a lot of people give it hate because, it's just Axel and just different members. But when I saw Gunners live a couple of 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, they played 2 or 3 songs from that album, and it sounded really good.
The only complaint I have about the album, and it's not about the album itself, and I would love to sit down with you, Gorak, and do a Pink Sock Reacts and react to Chinese Democracy, because I've not listened to the song from beginning to end in years.
It's been a while for me, but yeah.
My only complaint was the band toured the album, okay, from 2001 until its release, which was 9 years after they announced that it was coming out.
Yeah.
They re-recorded everything multiple times because they didn't want the members that originally wrote it to be on the album.
Really?
Buckethead's not on the album, but he wrote a lot of the songs.
Fucking no. I'm guessing there's a lot of history behind that album too.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Buckethead. I don't know if Buckethead actually wrote music that appeared on the album. I know Absurd was his, but there are musicians that were supposed to be on the album that was in the band. And actually, I take that back. I guess Buckethead did get songwriting credit. I thought he didn't, but I guess he did.
Yeah, nice.
I'm wondering.
Talented guitar player. So I would like to see him live.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How much of that album do you think was written, some of those songs in the early stages, not completely written, but early stages, was written by the classic lineup before they left?
How much
do you think
of it?
Slash? Do you think Slash had something to do with a little bit of those songs?
Or Chinese?
Yeah.
Maybe. There could be some hidden demo track somewhere. That he just kept and then probably use it for his solo.
Well, I don't think Slash ever went to the studio for Chinese, but I think Chinese was in the writing stages early on, because the way a lot of bands write is they start writing shit and you might not hear that shit for years until they get it perfected.
But overall, it's a great album, and a lot of people don't like it. When I went and saw Gunners and had to get the train up to the stadium, everybody was like, "Yeah, Gunners and all this." I'm like, "Yeah, Chinese Democracy," and yeah, people give me weird looks.
So, what's your least favorite Guns N' Roses album?
Spaghetti Incident.
See, a lot of people said that because it's just a covers album.
Yeah, Mama Kane was a good song, but I wasn't really too big on the others. Appetite's always going to be number 1, and maybe Use Your Illusion 2 would be my second favorite.
Well, a lot of people hated Spaghetti Incident because it was just a covers album. That's all it was. But I liked Spaghetti for what it was. Do you think a lot of it had to do with the fact that the band couldn't get along on what the band's future was musically, so they just released a covers album?
Yeah. And then I think they're probably going at the point that, they're slowly tearing apart.
Because I know a lot of bands will do covers if they can't think of another song to be on the album, or they'll do a whole covers album if they can't agree creatively but want to keep going.
Yeah. Well, Steven Adler's last appearance was in Use Your Illusion 1, correct?
Yes.
And then Matt Sorum did the tour, and then on Use Your Illusion 2.
Didn't Izzy Stradlin leave the band at one time, or was he on all the releases? Because I know he was on everything
No.
with Chinese Democracy.
Gilby Clark came in Use Your Illusion too.
Izzy Stradlin is on Use Your Illusion too, at least what I see.
Probably he co-wrote some of the songs.
Yeah, he did lead guitar. I remember there was a music video. That's why I asked, because he's also on Spaghetti Incident. But I remember a music video they did. I think Izzy was in the actual song, but in the music video, there's a sign that says, "Where's Izzy?"
Yeah,
And that's when he left the band. I think he left during Spaghetti Incident.
I think so too. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
He's a very private dude.
He is. He actually has solo stuff out there, but he doesn't tour it.
Yeah,
Alright.
I've got the Guns N' Roses live in Las Vegas DVD, and that's with when DJ Ashby was in the band.
Mhm.
And then when I done Dead Flowers, he came up and done that song with them for the first time in like years.
Damn. I remember seeing about that, though. That
Yeah,
was insane.
yeah.
Oh, insane in the fucking membrane, bro.
But that lineup what they have now, with Slash, Duff, Axel, Richard, and the guy on drums, what's his name? He played on AC Slade's Valentine's with Sick Minds record.
Who, the drummer of...
Gunners.
I
Fucking
forget
hell.
his name. Hold on. I know who you're talking about. The current
Yeah.
drummer of Guns N' Roses is Frank Fury.
Yeah,
Furier.
yeah. He played like 2 or 3 songs on AC Slade's album. Maybe
He
one.
also played for the Pixies.
Yeah. He's been everywhere, man.
Well, no, he played for Frank Black of the Pixies, but he played for the Pixies. He played for the Dead. He played for a lot of people. Neil Young.
Yeah. No, he's
Isn't
been
he
everywhere.
Isn't he
It's
the
like Phil
first?
Demmel. What's that?
Isn't he the first African American to play drums for Guns N' Roses?
I believe so.
Well, he's Cuban.
Even though Slash is African American too.
He is, but actually, the guy's not technically African
Well,
American.
he's from England too.
He's Cuban. I don't know if there's a.
Well, I think he's English.
He is, I do believe so. He's actually from Brooklyn, New York, but he might have English descent in him. I don't know. I don't know his nationality.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's British. I think his mum or dad is from Britain, England. I have to read the book again.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's just crazy, man. Gunners is still around, and the fact that, like, man, it's just nuts.
Yeah, and they're touring in Australia again in a few months too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
you know
I
that-
really want to go, but I don't know.
I just read something that says Trent Reznor's group, Nine Inch Nails, was highly influential on Rose's shift to industrial rock in the 1990s, with several former members of Nine Inch Nails joining Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, Robert Fink
Uh-huh.
from Nine Inch Nails joined Gunners for a little bit. Who else?
Well, what's weird to me, though, is they said that was the influence to them turning into industrial rock. But yeah, they performed that one song that's industrial live that was supposed to be on Chinese Democracy and never made it. But correct me if I'm wrong, they only released 3 albums in the 90s, and none of them were really industrial.
Yeah.
Like, granted, yeah, they would perform live at one song that never made it to an album that didn't come out till 9 years later. But... but still.
Well, like, yeah, it's kind of like Metallica. But I was chatting to somebody at work that she works with me. She loves Megadeth, and I was saying to her, I said to him, like, do you reckon Megadeth is more consistent with their album releases now than Metallica? She's like, yeah.
I also think Megadeth, even though they have issues with keeping members, I think Megadeth is also more consistent with their sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Like,
man. Their last two albums, like this one and Dystopia, very great, very good albums.
what's
Yeah.
weird is the reason why I love Metallica and the reason why I love Megadeth are completely opposite reasons. I
Mm.
love Metallica because they have that braveness to change their sound and like try to
Cut
evolve.
their hair.
Yeah.
Even though people hate it, they tried it. Megadeth, I love them because they've been really consistent over the years, besides the release of Risk, which that album was a
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Have you heard the album?
Maybe 2 songs.
Yeah. I might
Bro,
have not heard much of it.
I will be honest right now about this Megadeth album. Okay, it's a very good hard rock album. It's a very
I
good
thought you
hard
were
rock.
gonna say it's a very good attempt album.
No, it's no Saint Anger. I'll tell you that. A lot of people compare this to Saint Anger. It's not. The reason why people judged it so badly is because it's a Megadeth album. If it would have
Yeah,
been
of
like a
course.
Dave Mustaine solo album or any other hard rock band releasing it, it would have seen more success.
Yeah.
Actually, their song Crush 'Em from that album appeared on WCW.
Yeah, Goldberg.
Yeah, it was Goldberg was in the music video, and it actually, I think, was the theme song for one of their pay-per-views,
Yeah, something like that.
which Dave Mustaine and company, I don't know who all was in the band at that time, to be honest with you, but Dave Mustaine and company went ahead and performed it live in WCW.
I think it was Marty Friedman and Jimmy DeGrasso and
You are
David
correct.
Ellington.
You are correct. That is one of the best lineups Megadeth's ever had.
I thought the best lineups he had was when he done the Rude Awakening tour
Uh-huh.
with Jimmy DeGrasso, Al Petrelli, and David Ellison. But even though I thought Chris Broderick was good, but then Kiko, Lario, or whatever his last name is, that Brazilian dude,
Mm-hmm.
such a great guitarist, and he's such a nice guy as well. Like I've met him in the meet and greet, and Chris Adler as well.
When it comes to albums, though, with Megadeth lately, they've been releasing some of their best material.
Yeah.
I think their last album was incredible. I think the best lineup I've heard on an album. Hate me if you want. I'm a big Megadeth fan. I love all of their albums. But I think one of their best recent lineups was Kiko, Ellefson, and what's the drummer's name?
Adler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those
He was
four.
actually a really nice guy too.
Mhm.
He was at the meet and greet when I went, and I told him like, dude, the new Lamb of God album was a big kick in the nuts for me, man. I really enjoyed it. He goes, thanks, dude. No, thank you.
He did an amazing job. It's a great fucking album.
Yeah.
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
Do you think with this new Megadeth album, do you think they sold out? Because I heard people saying they sold out.
No.
No.
You know why a lot of
They
people
have.
said that?
Why?
I've been reading online, and a lot of people are claiming he sold out because Ice-T's on the album.
But then
No.
Dave Mustaine appeared on Body Count's album,
Exactly.
Civil War.
Also, people tend to forget that Ice-T's not just a rapper. He's in a metal band.
Yeah, Body Count.
Yeah,
And
Body
he's the
Count.
longest running police officer in the TV series.
Yeah. What's hilarious is
They wrote a
me
song
and
about
Tony,
cop killing.
me and Tony used to joke about that because he's like, he wrote songs like "fuck the police" and talking about killing cops, and then he becomes one on TV.
Yeah. And then write a song called Cop Killer. Like
Like, what?
yeah, but that dude, Ice-T, I know you're not listening, but still, if you want to come on the show,
Bro, he might be listening. I'd love to talk to him about that.
I think new Body Count is in the works too.
I would love to talk to Ice-T about what made him want to become a cop on TV when he writes songs like that.
That'd be cool. But that's just dumb because like Ice-T and Dave Mustaine have been friends for years, so he can't be fucking sold out. And then like my favorite
Yeah.
song, Night Stalkers, dude. That song is so fucking fast.
Is that the one that has Ice-T on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That
have
was
a
great song.
I have a question. See if you guys can answer this, because this is my opinion. There might have been an artist before that. What artist would you say paved the way for musicians to collab with musicians of different genres, or write music with musicians of different genres?
That is a good question.
Yeah,
You
that's
want-
good.
You want to hear my answer?
And I'm
Yeah, go.
thinking, yeah, go on.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Because in a time where usually musicians didn't really collab with somebody of a different genre or somebody that's different, Johnny Cash was writing music with the likes of Trent Reznor, Glenn Danzig, like lots of different people from different genres towards the end of his life. Like Hurt was a Nine Inch Nails song.
Was
he
it?
released, yeah, that was a Nine Inch Nails song.
I
Trent
thought
Reznor
it
gave
was
it.
a Johnny Cash song.
Nope, Trent Reznor wrote it, and he asked
right.
Johnny Cash if he wanted to cover it, and he said after that moment it was a Johnny Cash song.
He
The song-
he re-released it twice. I think the last time he re-released is before his death.
Yep. Also, another song, you know the Johnny Cash song. It's not a Johnny Cash song, but a lot of people think it is. The song 13. I had the number 13 blowing off my back. But I was born to bring trouble whenever I'm at. That song Johnny Cash did, and he performed it live in 2004, I think. Like a couple years, like a year or two before he died. And Johnny was like, this song was written because I was in the studio one time and this fella came in and my manager said, this guy has a song for you and he would like to show it to you. Here he is. And the guy's like, hi, I'm Danzig, Glenn Danzig. And he's like, nice to meet you, Glenn Danzig. And he's like, and this is that song. Like he was friends with Danzig of the Misfits, like all kinds of people
That's
that you wouldn't expect. And he wrote songs with them. And at that time, like, yeah, the Misfits were huge, but like, do you really think or expect Johnny Cash to write with them?
No.
No.
Not in a million years.
No.
That's
Thank
really
you,
interesting, that.
Also, Danzig did finally release his own version of 13. It was on the song, not the song, but on the movie Hangover. It was in one of the Hangover movies. Have you seen all the Hangover movies, Greg?
No.
Well, there's a
No, I
scene
haven't.
where it's like you see nothing but desert, and it's that fucking cool guitar riff, and it's Danzig's voice. I was born to bring trouble wherever I'm at. You know that fucking familiar evil Elvis song. I don't know why, but on Facebook it's just saying Facebook user.
I don't know. You have a
Yeah.
stalker.
Unless my Facebook is set to private again. I don't know why it's doing that to me. It keeps setting my fucking YouTube, my Facebook to private. I'm gonna find out who that is. I'm gonna find out who you are. Who is you?
Yeah. I know.
Like I don't know why, but it's saying like fucking I don't know. But hi, Facebook user.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
You going to any more bands this year? You got any gigs coming up that you're going to?
I'm thinking about Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Next
What about you,
month.
Noami? You got any gigs coming up?
No, not at the moment.
No.
I've got one next year. I'm going to see the Hollywood Vampires
Oh, mad. Where at?
in Munich.
Fuck.
You know who
They
should
need to
open
come
for
here.
I want to see Hollywood Vampires so bad, but you know who should open for them?
Oh,
Hollywood Undead. The name works.
Yeah,
You have the undead, and then you have the vampires.
the vampires. Then,
That'll
yeah.
make more sense because that tour will be really good. To
Oh, Danny's going there as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Y'all
that's
should
good.
hang out.
Yeah.
Oh, recently we had a reunion of two of the best producers Pink Sock has had.
Yeah,
Yes,
we saw
we did.
that.
We had Cathy and Noami in the same room.
I was gonna Photoshop myself there.
I bet you
Oh, it'd have
tonight,
been brilliant if you had, yeah.
I bet you that conversation went like this. That son of a bitch, Mike, and then they just like complained about me. No.
Yeah. All we're talking about is pink sock.
Yeah, that perverted fuck.
Yeah.
That nasty bastard.
Oh, it was a lovely afternoon.
I mean, I think it's...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gorak. Sorry.
No. I said that. Yeah, that's cool.
The floor is yours. Come on, talk. Let's do this.
No, like, just no.
You still won't do it. You still won't be on the screen. Oh, tonight.
Yeah, I hope we can meet there, Danny, next year.
Tonight, I'm going to be on Dabs with Dads. Go check it out. I don't know what we're going to discuss, but it might be marijuana related because that's a podcast I'm on that's cannabis related.
And tonight I'll be asleep in my bed.
Yeah, same here. I'll be asleep.
Come on. You guys should be listening. I'm just kidding.
Although I do have this really cool poster frame up there.
I saw that. I was
noticed
wondering.
you got a new picture.
Yeah, so this one says in this house, and it's got like Michael, Jason, the guy from Jigsaw, and Freddy. So underneath Michael it says love family. Freddy's dream big. Ghostface is like scary movies. Jigsaw's play games, and Jason love Friday.
You know what I want to get, bro? I want to get one of them posters that says, there's Live, Laugh, Love ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one that says Dig, Burn, Slam, and it shows Rob Zombie.
That's cool.
And in little writing, it says dig through the ditches and burn through the witches, slam in the back of my Dracula. I'm like, that's fucking cool.
I'm actually looking forward to this monster movie, eh?
Me too. A lot of people are ragging on it. I'm like, it ain't even out yet.
No, because people are dickheads.
Well, people are complaining because the way Rob Zombie handles movies is the way Tim Burton handles live action films. His wife is in all of them, which she's a decent actor. I don't see the fucking deal.
Yeah, but then he's also saying that she gets the job done. She doesn't complain. You know?
Is he talking about movies or the bedroom?
Well, from what I heard, that he never wants kids, but Sherry Moon does apparently, but he doesn't want kids.
Dude, they should have had a kid, and then when that kid grew up, he could have been fucking what's his name? The kid from the Munsters. Oh fuck! I'm freezing. I don't know why I can't remember his name.
Eddie.
Yeah, he could have had his son play Eddie, and then have a whole family thing.
Yeah. People are just dumb. Like they will just complain, and Although, have you seen the trailer to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
No, but I saw like bits and pieces. I didn't watch the whole commercial, but
Yeah.
Winnie has a horror movie.
Yeah, they want to do
a
more.
horror movie.
Yeah, it's a slasher film. So it's about Christopher Robin goes back to the woods looking for like Piglet and stuff, and then yeah,
they just kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Dude, we should review that on here.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm not too sure when that's coming out, but I watched the trailer on my lunch break yesterday. It looks pretty cool.
You know what's fucked up though about that? If you think about it, they had to get the rights to do this movie because it's a copyrighted thing. Winnie the Pooh is.
But like, it's people dressing up as Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. It's hilarious.
Oh, I know why this movie's able to come out. I just read about it.
What's that?
This is controversial.
What?
Development for the film began when the original book became a public domain work in the United States in January of 2022, resulting the Walt Disney Company to no longer hold executive filming rights to the character's first depiction of the book. So these people quickly saw that the copyright ended and picked it up and made this movie.
That's smart.
So Disney no longer owns the rights to Winnie the Pooh movie franchise.
There you go. Boom.
Dude, that's some shit. Dude, me and
But
you should do that.
What's that?
Me and you should do that. Wait, like, see when children's movies copyrights end, and then pick it up before the company does, and make horror movies and shit out of it.
With very little money that we have in our accounts, we should buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Go bankrupt just to make a horror movie out of a kid show.
And then make maybe 10% less of what we have.
Yeah.
in our
What
accounts.
children's shows would you make a horror movie?
I know children's shows that are a horror movie from the start.
Dude, I would make.
Teletubbies.
I was about ready to say
Yes,
that.
that's what I was thinking of. Teletubbies.
Fucking Teletubbies.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Well,
The Wiggles.
You wouldn't have to do much to
No.
Teletubbies to turn
The
into
Wiggles
a horror
would be
film.
like the Wiggles would be more like Banana Splits, because Banana
Dude,
Splits
I
is a
would-
kid's children's movie.
Dude, I would pay the original Wiggles to be in a horror movie. Could you imagine that? They turn out to be like this band that decided to quit doing children's music and kill people and write songs about it.
Yeah. When Wednesday 13 just pops up.
Another children's show that they should make into a horror movie, Mr. Rogers.
Or Dr. Seuss.
A Dr. Seuss horror movie. If he was still alive, I bet you he would.
Yeah. Like Cat in the Hat or something like that.
But like children's shows, a lot of them are already horror movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Cat Dog?
That'd be like a twisted version of like Human Centipede.
Have a question about Cat Dog.
What's that?
How do they poop?
That is a good fucking question, eh?
Like, if the dog eats, does the shit come out of the cat's mouth and then vice versa? Or do
I
they
don't
have
know,
like a
man.
hole in the middle?
Oh, has
reckon
it got
there's a hole in
two
it.
heads?
Yeah, because it's two bodies joined together. So
Oh,
the cat's head's in one and the dog head's like that. See, like to
Yeah.
me, that's like a crazy experiment that you will see at some scientist place.
I'm right now. It's fucking 12. It's almost 1 o'clock in the evening, and I'm googling how does cat dog poop. It's gonna be a wild fucking day if this is how I start my day.
I remember there was a program years ago that I think was on when my kids were watching the little kids programs, and there was a worm on it with two heads, and I cannot remember what it was. It was to do with the garden. There were all these people, these creatures living in the garden, and had this two-headed worm. It was had a funny, scary face as well.
Do you remember the movie, the TV show Alf?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
They make
yeah.
that into a fucking horror movie.
Oh,
Or
you
Sesame
could, yeah.
Street.
Yeah.
So
Sesame Street is a slasher film. Hear
That
me
would be
out,
fucking-
Hollywood.
dude, that'd be crazy because you do have a vampire in it.
Mm. And like
Yeah.
Elmo would be like not possessed, like he'll be like trying to like, you know, help the survive like the victims and all that shit.
Yeah.
So here is how cat dog poops and pees for anybody wanting to know. A person on Reddit theorized it. Due to their body being similar to that of a snake other than having legs, they more than likely get rid of their waste like a snake does.
All
Okay.
right.
Except
Now we know.
snakes let out the waste from the end of their tail and they poop that way. Cat dog will do it in the middle.
I tell you another scary one, Peppa Pig. I'm
Oh,
imagining
fuck
Peppa Pig face on. How many
Yeah.
eyes does she have?
Peppa Pig sounds pretty creepy.
Yeah, because
When
you
you
always
think of
see the
it.
side of her head, and then she's got two eyes. So if she was if you saw her face on, would she have four eyes?
That
Do you
is
have a picture of that?
terrifying.
Yeah. I want to see this picture.
Hold on, I'm looking this up. Yeah, Peppa Pig has eyes on one side of her head.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. A fan actually, not one of our fans, but a fan of Peppa Pig actually made a picture of before and after, like side view and front view of Peppa Pig. Okay, you guys ready for this horrifying fucking creature?
Yeah. Just about.
Oh my God. You guys ain't going to be ready. I don't think you're ready yet. Because I'm not. I looked this up. Okay.
I've already seen it.
Why is it not working? I tried downloading it and it said the download was a failure. Oh, that's because it was a whole fucking file. Holy shit. Hold on.
There's a lot of material on this then on the internet.
It's not just a file. It's fucking huge. I don't know why. Let me get rid of it. Downloaded that picture of Peppa Pig and it turns out to be a fucking virus.
Turns out to be something else.
That's why it won't let me download it. It's not available in the country I live in for some reason. Sorry, I'm trying to find this picture because this is terrifying. Here we go.
Let's just see Big Bird. Big Bird is a horror film.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Big Bird would be Sesame Street, though.
Yeah, but like its own movie, though.
Dude, how would you do the horror movie, though? Would you do it in like the style of like Addams Family, where all the characters have their own little kind of thing?
No. I'll probably just come up with my own story. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, because this is familiar, and I'm pretty sure I've seen this in books, children's books or whatever.
Yeah, Peppa Pig. What Peppa Pig actually looks like is in the top right corner.
Yeah, that's the child friendly version.
It kind of looks like fucking a cannon.
Actually, Peppa Pig looks like a dick with two holes.
Yeah,
and eyes.
Oh, I think I've seen on the internet, there's a picture of some biscuits where there's a cookie cutter where you can cut out Peppa Pig faces. And, well, I think somebody tried these and they obviously grew in the oven. Well, they ended up looking like knobs.
Looks like dicks.
Yeah. There's a picture of that.
That is hilarious.
One of those like cake fail websites or something.
I'm looking this shit up because this is hilarious. Okay, what the fuck? Gorak, you want to make some Peppa Pig cookies with me?
Yeah, for sure, man.
I think there's all sorts on that website, like Peppa Pig knobs and rockets that look like knobs and all sorts, and kids' cakes that turned out different. Yeah.
Okay. They look like a dick with like three testicles.
Yeah, they do. And eyes.
I actually have a friend that has 3 testicles.
Wow.
So nobody can say he doesn't have the balls. I mean, he has 3 of them.
I like that one.
He fucking collects balls, dude. Like, damn. Did you see that guy with the big nutsack? There's a guy that has a real big fucking sack because he has elephantitis of the nuts, I guess. It's weird.
Yeah.
So I know we discussed this once before, but how about that Tommy Lee shit that happened a few weeks ago, man? This dude has to send his dick pics via Google Drive because it's too big for standard email. Like that's just how it is, man. He has to send his shit in sections. Like you're like, that's huge. That's just the tip.
Was this on Instagram or on Twitter?
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
I don't know if it was on Twitter.
He posted on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Oh, all 3.
And but then it got pushed down, didn't it?
After 24 hours.
Yeah, it took a while for it to get pulled down.
Yeah, it didn't get taken down because fucking social media wasn't sure if it was a dick or a tree. They were confused. Like, he has to get a license to carry permit for that fucking thing. Like, Jesus. And he was soft. God. Tommy Lee, if you're listening to this, could you donate some of that to me? You don't need all that. Did you see what he did at a show recently?
No.
No.
He was like, how many of you guys want to see my wiener? And the crowd was cheering, and he pulled a wiener dog out of his pants. I thought it was great. But, Greg, do you have any covers coming up?
Maybe.
Okay, just keep
I've
us
been doing
updated.
some Basic Blanco covers, but yeah, that's about it.
Oh, I saw
Guys-
one of yours. Yeah.
Well, how about you, Naomi? Got anything coming up?
No.
All right, but we do. We got a lot coming up.
Yes, we've got a lot coming up.
Wednesday, we have Alice in Wonderland. We're going to be reviewing the 1933 film. We are not going to be showing it on the screen due to copyright, but if you want to check out the film, I believe it is on YouTube, and you could probably find it on some streaming apps. I know it's hard to find.
You can buy it on YouTube for like $3.
I happen to
rent
just
it.
have a copy of it, but yeah, you can rent it. We also have Glazer Girl on Monday. I apologize. I know the description says Bourbon House. They weren't here because of misunderstanding. They will be here eventually. We are going to reschedule. We just had much of a misunderstanding. It happens. We will change the description after the show's done going live. I love you all. And if there's anything else you guys want to discuss before we go, speak now or forever hold your pee. All right. That was all for the show today. We love you all. And as always, live long, rock hard.
And stay hard.
Stay hard. Yes.